A new study reveals the real reason why men are keeping the OnlyFans industry alive and spending thousands, sometimes millions, on
Good
OnlyFans
grief.
models. And the truth is, it's not all about sex. They aren't as interested in seeing these models naked as they are interested in having heart to heart conversations with them for a price. And this is a stat that came from a management platform called Super Creator, claiming 78% of chats between OnlyFans creators and their top spenders are everything, they're about everything except doing the deed. And Super Creator is an OnlyFans management agency. If you look at their website, that is just, it's too many black pills. You might OD if you look at the tips that they're giving these OnlyFans creators, especially using AI to message their subscribers.
What's interesting is it just carries the same through line that has existed within high class escorts for a very long time. Like, if you've watched any TV show that does some type of episode based on the world of high class escorts, a lot of it ends up coming down to the idea that rich, powerful men, they're not even paying you for sex because they could get that however they wanted. They're paying you for keeping things in confidence because they feel that they can't come home to their wives and talk about things the way that they can to them because they're disposable.
Yeah,
it's literally talking to a wall,
that they're
a plastic wall.
That they're looking for emotional connection, a simulation of emotional connection and intimacy, a confidant, or those same rich, powerful men are looking for one insulated environment where they can feel powerless, which is why they tend to go to the dominatrix types. But they say the most popular topics discussed between Simps and their OnlyFans models include pets, work, childhood memories, TV shows, hobbies, the same mundane stuff they reportedly can't talk about with their real-life significant others. And Sophie Rain, she's maybe the top earner on OnlyFans by now. She did an interview about this and talked about her highest spending subscriber, who is a man she identified as Charlie, who happens to be married. I have no idea if his wife is privy to the fact that he's
she doesn't know.
Draining millions of dollars into her bank account, but
he must be worth quite a bit more if she doesn't notice the $6 million that's missing.
Yeah, they say men want companionship and support from a partner they can reach at a moment's notice for a price, of course. Sophie Rain's top fan has spent over $6 million in the span of 2 years, but rarely asks her for nudes.
It reminds me of the scene in Van Wilder when he creates topless tutors.
What is that?
He gets women who work at a strip club to be tutors because they're in the movie. All the women in the strip club are of course studying to get their law degree as you do,
or their real estate license,
and then so they tutor students topless, and he makes a fortune. That's what this feels like.
Sophie Rain says, "We talk every single day without fail. Charlie, who is married and lives in the US, will send voice notes wondering how my day is going, and he loves getting to know me on a personal level.
Sending voice notes is already a red flag.
I'm more of an emotional support system for him. People often think that high-paying clients want kinky stuff, but funnily enough, he prefers to see me fully clothed and doing everyday tasks. It's no secret that building a parasocial relationship with clients is key to earning more money. Those who are classed as high-value fans are typically people who have remained loyal to a chosen model for a long time. They often tip higher and give extravagant gifts to showcase their close bond, though they're not always getting the real deal. They say only 15% of messages shared between these OnlyFans simps and the models relate to sex. The girlfriend experience is basically it's the highest, what is it? It's like the most expensive way that you can engage with an OnlyFans model because it requires more effort from her than just taking a photo without clothes on, and I looked through the report that they're referencing from Super Creator, and just for transparency, I did not see the stats that they were referencing in the New York Post or these other publications, but I assume they didn't just make it up out of thin air.
Yeah.
I also found a TikTok from another OnlyFans creator who talked about what she does to provide the girlfriend experience to her top spenders on the platform, and it's quite disturbing.
Here we go.
Me for a girlfriend experience today, and I don't really want to do it, but it's one of my highest paying services, so let's get ready. Basically, a girlfriend experience is when a guy pays you to be his girlfriend for the day, and you might not know him at all, but for that day, you're gonna be his girlfriend. The two types of guys I see the most that do girlfriend experiences are military guys, so that way they have a date to their ball, and older dudes who are like going out with the guys and want a piece of arm candy. I'm doing neither of those things today. I'm actually doing a virtual girlfriend experience. So for the whole day, from the moment I woke up until the moment I go to sleep, I'm gonna be this guy's girlfriend. What that'll include for me is I'll send them like pictures right when I wake up. I'll call and say good morning. I'll call them throughout the day and ask how they're doing. A lot of the times, like they want you to call them around specific times when they're around like their guy friends or something like that. So the other guys will see that there's a girl calling to check up on them. But I do want to make it as authentic as possible. So I do bug them throughout the day like any other normal girlfriend would be doing, like asking them what they're doing, what they're up to, if they're still thinking of me, if they still love me if I was a worm, all that good stuff. I actually like really enjoy doing these virtually. I'm just feeling incredibly lazy today, but like I am so grateful that this is my job. They get to make
She has armpit hair.
Good grief.
Well, that just makes it more realistic.
Good. Even worse now.
spicy requests too, like whenever they want throughout the day. I really like to make it tailored for what they're into. The guy I'm talking with today pretty much just wants to see the bottoms of my feet all day long, which sometimes kind of confuses me because I don't even feel like I have that nice of feet, but I am pretty popular with the foot crowd. And I'm kind of just on call to talk to them all day, and the end of it, like what will signify the end of the girlfriend experience, will be me saying goodnight, and if they don't book another day or something, then we'll chat next time. That's all I'm gonna do for today, because I think I'm just gonna be sitting here Snapchatting this guy all day long. Not even gonna do my hair and my lashes. I look gorgeous enough. Bye. A guy booked.
And you know, it's ironic because what you hear a lot of men complain about in women's behavior, in the behavior of their girlfriends or wives, is that they're being too needy or too annoying, asking them questions like, would you still love me if I were a worm? But this woman is actually getting paid to simulate the same exact experience. So I'm confused. Like, is that what men want actually? Is just to,
I think the idea is that
have their phone blowing up all day?
See, if you're not actually getting that in your regular life and it's not a daily occurrence is one thing, but if it's literally just to fool the bros so they don't think you're a loser, I don't know what to tell you.
And it's really more about the social proof that you are desired by women in front of other men, which was really disturbing. And it's so funny how at the beginning of the video, she just openly admitted that she doesn't really want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if that guy saw this video and he realizes that it's all fake, right? And she's not, you know, interested in him at all. Does that deter him from paying for her services, or is it totally understood between both parties that this is all fake?
He specifically asked her to simulate wanting to have sex on Saturday night, but she's like, sorry, I've got a headache.
Is that like part of the girlfriend experience? I don't know anymore.
That's the married 20 years experience, apparently.
The research findings show that top spenders pay over $5,000 for a single creator in exchange an average of 2,793 messages in the terms of their payment. But sex is not what they're actually looking for. They're not looking for anything explicit. They're looking for a simulation of real intimacy.
I feel like before I had this job and you subjected me to all of these stories, I would have been like, you know what? People are weird. Now I'm just like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, like, to be fair, you actually alerted me to this. I was not the one who found the story.
Not this one.
No, you sent me
not the video.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking specifically about the video here. Like the other one, the original story, that at least like anthropologically made some sense to me. The idea of the rich person who does it because they feel like they can't go home to their wife and talk about these things because it's a sense of weakness that as the head of household they can't share with them. That at least makes some sense to me even if it's weird. This is just sad.
Yeah. I mean, I would say both are sad.
They're both. I'm saying that they're both sad, but in different ways. Mm-hmm. The other one is more like, look, that guy lives a life. He's clearly accomplished. But I'm guessing that this guy probably is also successful, right?
If he has the money,
if he's got the money to throw around at something like this, he's also successful. It's just maybe this is weirder because I'm watching the stupid Get Ready With Me videos, which I have a particular prejudice against. Yeah. But my ire would be more towards, I guess, the guy being so weird than the girl who I'm just like, look, free market reigns, make your money, whatever.
Well, if you think about it, there's something more honest about what a Bonnie Blue is doing with her OnlyFans fame than what Sophie Rain is doing, right?
Yeah.
Bonnie Blue is not, trying to form an emotional connection with any of the men who are subscribed to her on OnlyFans. She's very open about the fact that she's basically a sociopath.
Sociopath.
But here's the thing. You actually are a sociopath if you're doing what Sophie Rain is doing, because you know that you're emotionally manipulating these people.
Yeah. Do you see this meme?
And it is frustrating that the women of OnlyFans are blamed for the crisis when obviously the majority of people keeping a platform like OnlyFans relevant and afloat financially, they're men. The vast majority of the people who engage with this stuff are men.
It's never going to go away. Prostitution is very, very old. Very, very old.
Yeah.
I've heard the statement that it's the oldest profession. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know that it's not going to go away. Loneliness is always going to exist, and as long as the market is there, this stuff's not going away.
Well, I didn't think it would. Yeah. I just think that it shouldn't be online. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to be a prostitute, well, most of the time,
okay, but so
most prostitutes are actually not prostitutes by choice. They're not women who dreamed of becoming a glamorous prostitute when they grew up. That's not the truth of most actual hookers in real life. They either have pimps who are extorting them, they're in it for drugs, they're being trafficked, or at the very least, this is not something that they actually choose to do when they have the option to do something else and survive.
We've got 220s here on Rumble from Elijah Flash 232 says, I'm not justifying spending that much, but I guarantee you it's far cheaper than a divorce. And one from Grunmeister says, there was a time I'd be one of these paying OnlyFans models thinking I was in a relationship. I'm so glad I'm not in that place anymore. Good for you.
Wow.
Good for you.
It's interesting that you would recognize such a shift in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you could enlighten us on what changed, I would love to know.
That would be very interesting to find out.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that what Sophie Rain is doing with this, girlfriend experience, it's actually in a way more sinister than what Bonnie Blue is doing.
Why? Because so say she doesn't do any, say she has nothing sexual going on with a dude, she's just talking to him. Is that worse than Bonnie Blue?
I'm saying there's something uniquely sinister about it, not necessarily that one is objectively worse than the other, but what Sophie Rain is doing with, simulating real emotional connection with someone for a price, it's different than just a soulless gangbang. Obviously, at least the men lined up for Bonnie Blue's meetups are, they know exactly what they're getting into.
And the guys that are
paying for girlfriend experiences, I think that they are far more actually vulnerable to being manipulated and, I suppose getting lied to by the OnlyFans women.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.